Yo, yo, yo. What up? What it do, peeps? What's going on, guys? Happy flipping Thursday, baby. Oh, man. The Loop Hero vibes, dude. So good. I love it. Hope everybody had a good day yesterday. Yeah. We got news for today, and then we'll just do some V-Rising. We'll play V-Rising. We're gonna do V-Rising today, and probably tomorrow, and they'll probably sum up V-Rising for us for the most part. Not that I've gotten what happened, dude. That sucks. Not that we've gotten all the way through the game or anything, but we've gotten a really good taste of it, and really, it's just progression's all that's left. It's just killing more bosses. Bro, thanks, dude. I was wondering if that's what was coming up, dude. Or if there was another water main that busted or something inside the smoothie shop. You know, I wasn't sure which one it was going to be. I figured it was going to be something like that, one way or the other, you know what I mean? Yeah. What I will say is that, dude, the time off has been clutch for me. I'm getting things done. No OA and a dentist appointment. God, that makes for a terrible day, dude. I mean, that's bad on bad, dude. Yeah, that's yeah. For sure, dude. Yeah, that's a rough one, dude. That's a rough one. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, that's a rough combo, man, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it feels bad having a day off every week from streaming, because that's not what I necessarily want to do, but it does feel needed, because it also does feel good to have that time to work on other stuff. It's not showing yet. I did have, you know, I just started taking these Wednesdays off, and I did have a Wednesday already where I didn't get much done for the stream because I had family in town and stuff. But yesterday was great, dude. I got a lot of stuff done. Not yesterday, no. But I got a lot done yesterday. There are a couple things you'll see now. Time for Wednesdays, bro. That could turn me into too much of a chunky boy, maybe. We got a couple of new things for the channel here, you know what I mean? I got let's see here, where's it at? We got this bad boy.
I'll take those balls too, though. I love balls.
We got Gabs' little creations put in. Yeah. So Gabs ought to be happy. We got balls, and we got yo. You shake weight jam. Booty, baby.
They're pretty funny, yeah.
Loud, I think. Probably gonna have to turn that one down a little bit. But I'm getting things done. I'm starting to work on montages. It had been a long time since I backed up all of my stuff for the stream too, so I got time to get all that done yesterday, which was really nice. So now I feel a little bit better about, you know, if anything goes awry with any of the software or anything. She like that, dude. That's a pretty good one, huh? That second one, dude, she made. I mean, they're both good, but that second one she made, dude, is an absolute banger, dog. That's really good stuff. You're addicted to Stardew? Yeah, I'm afraid of that too. I'm afraid of that also. That's why, like, I've basically said that, like, I would need about 400 hours to play that game, because I know that I'm gonna love it. See, dude, what that game is basically a hugely evolved version of a game that I was addicted to when I was younger, you know? Oh, nice, dude. I need to go back and play some more tape to tape. Yeah, I need to play some more. That game was cool. That game was flipping malding, dude. Also, though, it was driving me crazy because there was some wonky stuff in the game too, where it was like I would go to check like that stupid little knight dude and just like slide off of his hitbox and stuff, and it was like, God dang it, dude, what is going on? Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. Vested works too, dude. But Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I need to play a little bit more of that at some point. I've still got it installed. That game was good, but man, there was some molding stuff about that game too. There was just a little bit of it that didn't feel polished to me. It felt a little bit wonky. But it was fun. I would also have rather had character customization in the game and stuff too. Yeah, you're good, dude. Rather than just have a static character. But I want to play the online parts of that game also, like tape to tape. I would like to get into some online play of that. Yeah, I don't know. We got the whole. One second. Apologies. We got the news for today, June 22nd, and then we'll dive into V Rising. We'll probably do V Rising today and tomorrow, and we'll, like I said, we'll really tone down V Rising. I don't know if we'll do much of it moving forward. If anything, we would probably start trying to dive into some kind of like PvP server or something like that in the future. But for now, I've really gotten a pretty good taste of what it has to offer. I haven't gotten through everything, like all the progression, but we got a lot of games coming. I did update the schedule a little bit yesterday too, so we'll take a look at that today probably before we start playing games. That way we can take a look at what we're really interested in getting into the schedule at this point. We've had a lot of games that have come out with release dates since we've had summer showcases and everything. So we'll take a look at what we have that we're really interested in playing, that we have maybe dedicated dates for now, and what we want to get thrown into the schedule and stuff like that before we move into actually diving into V Rising this morning, all right? But on that note, let's go ahead and dive in here, and let's see what we got for the news this morning. First and foremost, we are listening to Loop Hero, our buddy and resident mod Pinky's favorite soundtrack. Loop Hero. I actually love this soundtrack. I think it's great. It's a very cool game too. It's a rogue. If you're not familiar, it's got in the name loop. You basically set a character off in a loop. It's got a cool story behind the game as well. But your character basically runs a loop. It's an auto battling kind of situation. You can pause the game where it's all about placing these tiles, these cards and tiles out into the world in which your character's running this randomized loop, and the different cards and tiles can have synergies that produce different kinds of monsters to come out, and it can be negative and positive effects within and stuff like that. And basically they auto battle, but you get loot and stuff. It's a really, really cool game. I highly recommend if you like roguelites. And I don't know, it's got a banging soundtrack too, so go check all that out. All right, go ahead and kill that music for now, and then we'll let's get into this news. Let's get in here. I've got the time set for the past 2 days. That way we'll be able to catch everything since we were down yesterday. And oh no, what? Final Fantasy 16 producers on trying to regain fans' trust? Oh yeah, we missed the flippin' Nintendo Direct too, didn't we? Yeah. So if the Direct happened yesterday, stream was down. So I didn't get to watch it. We didn't watch it together. 2 classic GameCube games shadow drop for the Switch. We had heard 2 days ago that this was going to be the case. That there was a leak that there were going to be some GameCube games that got leaked. What was it? Paper Mario and maybe F-Zero, I think. Here, let's take a look at what all is going on here. Mm. Okay, well, we'll recap it. We might actually even watch the VOD of this. Sucks this popped off on my day
I'll
off.
take those balls too, though. I love balls.
Fault, what up, dog? Yo, dude, I saw you playing yesterday, dude. I saw you online playing BattleBit, dude. How'd it go? I didn't want to interrupt your gameplay. I was working on stuff for the stream, obviously, as you can tell. I was working on stuff for the stream, dude. And but I saw you on there. You're getting cooked. Word, dude. Yo, story of my life in that game. I've already gotten some pretty good clips out of that, though. Check it out. Hold on. I've gotten some clips out of that already. Check this out. I'll link these. I'll link these. I'll link these in here so you can take a look if you want. These are pretty good. Just from us playing the other day. These are decent little clips we got. A game's fun though, dude. I dig it a lot. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I really wanted to play it again today too, but I was like, dude, I gotta get some more V Rising in. You know. You must be liking it though. I mean, dude, I was getting roasted too, man. I was just getting slammed. I had some decent matches the other day where I was like kind of, breaking even on a KD. But yeah, I think progression will help. As we gain more levels, get promoted more, get a little bit more armor on our guys and stuff like that, that'll help a little bit, you know what I mean? I have so many times already where I'm playing that game and I'll set somebody up on a sniper shot and I'll drill them, dude, and it'll be like ting ting, and I'm like, oh, bro, getting better soon. You'll be a keyboard master. That's what I'm talking about, dog. To the dark side, baby. Come over to the dark side. Woo wee, woo wee. Yeah, boy. Yo, I really appreciate you playing the other day together, though, dude. That was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I'm sorry if I know that I'm really loud whenever I play too. I'm a loud game player, dude. So I'm sorry. So we might watch this Nintendo Direct VOD if everybody wants to before we start playing games today. We'll take a look. Yeah, dude, I had a blast. I really want to play some more too. We might, who knows, maybe we'll get like a round or two in at the end of the day today or tomorrow, or both or something. Who knows, man? We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, two classic games. They're probably going to talk about this in this Nintendo recap here. Game Pass adds 2 new Xbox games today. We'll take a peek at that. Get into the news. You diving back in there for some more of it today, dude? Prime Gaming adding 4 extra free weekly what? We'll take a look at that. Most definitely. Yeah, dude. The game's a lot of fun. I'm really psyched for those devs, dude. I'm really hyped up for those devs. They're doing a good job with that. They're doing a good job. I think that I actually kind of like the helmet thing too. I saw a lot of people crying in chat. They need to get rid of the helmet. I thought it was cool, dude. I got baited by the helmet so many times too, like where sniper shots would ding off somebody's helmet. But bro, that's what a helmet's about. And that's, I mean, in wartime, dude, that's everybody wears helmets, man. That's why you wear a helmet. Not that it's always going to protect people and stuff. Maybe they need to flesh out the way it works a little bit better. You know what I mean? But I thought the helmet thing was cool, man. Like maybe if you've got so much like velocity, there's gonna be, maybe they should do some kind of calculation. If you've got a gun that does enough velocity, like there's got to be some kind of like damage threshold on the helmet, right? If the helmet takes so much damage, the helmet gets knocked off. But also, if there's enough velocity on a shot and enough damage on that shot as well, it's like damage times velocity divided by the amount of armor left on the helmet or whatever. Then if it beats a certain number or whatever, then it goes through the helmet. You know what I mean? They could do something like that, and I don't know if they currently do or not. I mean, it's quite possible they already have something like that set up. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Well, and because like snipers, dude, snipers, like your velocity on snipers is way higher than it is on something like normally, anyways, than like a flipping assault rifle, right? Or add penetration, right? Yeah, I mean, there's different ways they could go about doing it, but I think the helmet thing's cool. I think it adds a different. I think it adds another element to the game. I think it's fine. I think they just might need to make it a bit deeper to incorporate it a bit better. You know what I mean? Instead of it just being like a default thing, like everybody has a helmet, and if it gets hit once, then you're saved and it gets knocked off or whatever. Like flesh it out a little bit. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't even know if they currently do that or not. I have no idea. I'm just like spitballing. What else we got here? I'm glad you're feeling a bit more comfortable with the. Yo, do you actually have a gaming mouse, dude? Do you have a gaming mouse? Wick, what up, dog? Okay, cool. So I mean, I'm just asking because I know you're not a big keyboard and mouse player, but do you actually set up um when you play games with your mouse? Do you ferret, what up, bro? The ferret. Um do you set up like your additional buttons on the mouse to make things a bit more intuitive for you while you're playing games and everything? Have you really, Wick? That's awesome, dude. I know that game's a banger. Like I was saying before you had to bounce, what I was saying was sometimes, dude, I feel like if you're going to be keyboard and mousing, you don't have to, but there's a number of things that I've gotten to the point of where I just make things intuitive for me. Um, like for instance, in that game, you're always having to hit 3 to either heal yourself or res other people or whatever. So maybe put keybind 3 to one of your mouse buttons, like by your thumb or whatever. You know what I mean? That way you're not always having to reach up and let go of one of your WASD fingers to hold down 3 to heal somebody or yourself. You can still, like move around and heal somebody up or heal yourself or whatever. It's those kind of things I think that a nice gaming mouse makes gaming intuitive for, because it makes things a bit better, right? Yeah, melee attack. What I'll usually do is I actually have a couple of buttons right here by my pointer finger, and I'll set up a melee right next to my actual my trigger for my gun. So if I need to melee somebody, I'll just reach over here and just hit that real quick, right? Sensitivity, yeah, that's something you got to get used to for sure. Yeah, there's just a lot of things that I think that as you start to use keyboard and mouse, you'll start to realize, or like grenade, right? like reaching over and hitting G, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're not used to using keyboard and mouse, reaching over and hitting G can sometimes be awkward for people at first. So if you've got like a button above your thumb, like one of these or something, put G on there. That way you don't have to worry about it. You can just like reach up with your thumb and just hit G. You know what I mean? Yeah, just whatever's more intuitive for you. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, but I think that if you're switching over from like a primarily controller user and you're trying to play a game with keyboard and mouse, then whatever you can do to macro that mouse or keybind the mouse to make the game a little bit more intuitive for you in the way that you play the game is only going to benefit you, right? So you might look into that, man. Well, mine by default are too, Ferret. Mine by default are too, but I don't like them like that. So I usually turn it off. And if anything, I'll just take that off because I don't usually switch my DPI while I'm playing games. I usually just run it as a static DPI. And I also don't like, if anything, what I can do is I can switch between profiles up here for DPI also. And what would happen to me sometimes I would notice is like the reason I'm not as like I'll throw V on here or something if it's like a melee, or I'll throw a melee button. It's not as big of a deal if I accidentally like fat finger that to just like throw a melee in every once in a while as it is to like switch my DPI and be like, oh God, why is everything off? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's your sensitivity basically, dude. Yeah. Sensitivity. Yep. 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 Yeah, so Wick, man. So Stardew has been something I've been wanting to play for a long time. I own it, bro. And it's basically Harvest Moon on like super amped up Harvest Moon. And I used to be addicted to Harvest Moon, dude, whenever I was a kid, like on Super Nintendo and stuff. And so I know that Stardew is going to be even more addicted for me, man. So I know that whenever I'm ready to play that game, a lot of people have been telling me, well, it's easy to drop in and out of and stuff. It it might be easy for some people to drop in and out of that game. It won't be for me. I know it won't be for me. So I'm gonna be hooked on that game. So I need to find a time where I can I can actually jump in there and dedicate a good chunk, like hundreds of hours, two to 300 hours probably, to just playing that game, dude. Because I know I'm gonna love it, and I'm not gonna want to quit playing it. Especially because I know that we're gonna probably play it in like multiplayer mode too, man. So we'll have a bunch of people playing as well. I forgot what that even does, Ferret. Can you explain? What does 400 hours look like on the schedule? Well, I'll give you a taste. I mean, dude, I actually updated the schedule a little bit yesterday too, guys. Finally, so um, just to give you a taste, this is 400 hours on the schedule. Okay, that's like 2 months of time, dog. It's like 2 months. It's basically just like dedicating 2 months to playing a game. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ferret. Thanks, dude. I'd forgotten all about that, bro. Yo, good tip, dog. Good tip. It feels like, dude, I had heard something about that a long time ago, man, and I just flipping totally totally lost it. That's a good tip, dude. Oh, what? Me taking time off for the holidays? Is that what you're trying to get at there, dude? What? Oh, you mean replace Subnautica? Dude, I've been wanting to play Subnautica for a long time. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're going to talk schedule today. We're going to talk because you guys know, like, all of this stuff was tentative, right? So we're like hitting here now. Yeah, this is where we're at. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong there. Yeah, yeah, ferret for sure. Yeah. So I don't know. We need to take a look. We need to take a look. So here's. Let's. I'll do a bit of calculating for you. I'm not using my brain calculator because I haven't had enough coffee yet. But let's just do this. Say we're doing right now we're doing 6 days a week. Let's say we got 6 days a week. So 4 weeks in a month, right? So we would say that, potentially 24 days. Let's say 24 days for a month of game time, right? And let's say we get 5.5 hours of gaming in each of those days. Let's just say 5. That would be 120 hours in a month of gaming. And that's, you know, that could flux. That could be under, that could be over, depending on the month, depending on what's going on, depending, you know what I mean, on unforeseen kind of scenario. But we'll say, if there's usually roughly 30 days in a month and I get 24 days of gaming in and we go at like 5 hours, low side, we'll say get 5 hours of gaming in on each of those days. That's 120 hours, dude. So 120 and 120, right? That'd be like 240 hours, dude, in a 2 month time span, right? So in a 2 month time span, I'm not even going to be able to hit anywhere near 400 unless I push really, really, really flipping hard, dog. And right now, that's something that I'm trying not. I'm not trying to overextend myself because I'm really trying to get things done for the stream and the community and everything. I'm trying to get caught up, get all the way. Best case scenario for me, what I'm trying to do right now is get back to where I can do 7 day a week streams because I don't feel like I have anything else I need to do. I don't. Dude, I've got overlays I want to do. I've got new emotes I want to do. I've got new montages I want to do. There's just like there's so much stuff that I just don't feel like I ever have time for because even after I get done streaming, it's like I gotta go back through the VODs of that day, cut out all the content, get it all exported to YouTube, then go into YouTube and then get all that stuff. Try to get all that stuff put up and everything too. It's just brutal. Well, yeah, I've looked it up. You know how I play games too, though, dude. You know what I mean? But I did get this updated just so you guys know. We're gonna look at the schedule today. Yo, don't do that. No, don't do that. Okay, there we go. We're gonna look at this today too, because we've got more dates that have come out and everything. So between the news segment today and hitting gaming stuff, we'll look at the schedule and we'll take a look at what we're going to try to get put into the schedule definitively for release dates and stuff like that. Okay. So Steam says 400 hours. Yeah. So time to beat and Stardew is one of those games where it's like, do you actually beat it? You know what I mean? It's really like how much do you want to put into it, right? So if you're going to go with how long to beat for Stardew, okay? Here's what we're talking about. PC, right? PC, main plus, 100%. What did I have 400 on it? Did I? Oh man, hold on. I have it over here. How much time did I put on? I might not have put 400 on it. Stardew, where you at? I did put 400 on it. I overshot all this stuff though, and I did it on purpose. But you can see like, so I'd probably go at like 200 hours. Probably go at like 200. So 2 months would probably be right. 2 months would probably be right. You know, just give it an entire 2 months of just playing. You know, yeah. Yeah, I mean I know that's how I'm gonna feel about it, dude. That's why it's been so hard for me to find time because there are certain games where I'm okay, and you guys know how I am. I don't necessarily like doing a whole lot of multiple gameplays at the same time. Like right now, we're doing V Rising and Grounded, and that's kind of a rarity though. A lot of times, I like to dive into a game and just keep playing that game until I feel like I'm kind of done with it, right? Whether that be beating the game or just feeling like I've gotten a good sense of what the game has to offer and move on, right? Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's like Terraria as well, right? Terraria is the same way. Terraria is not it's not real handholdy. It doesn't like tell you how to get stuff done, right? It's like there's a lot of either you figure out how to get things done or you need to look it up, right? Well, I'm talking about not the exact same thing, but it's kind of there's that same kind of situation going on, right? Where there's a lot of you play Terraria, you don't know what's unless you've played the game before. You don't know how to get things done unless you look it up or you have somebody that shows you how to do it. And I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying it's the exact same thing. I'm just saying that I mean, there are a lot of games that are very not handheld, and I mean, I'll have to see how I feel about that whenever I play the game because I mean, you guys know how I feel about that stuff too. So, um, if I'm playing the game, usually if I'm playing a game, and unless it's something that absolutely has to be done, if I miss it, I miss it because I play my games blind, dude. I don't like looking up information. Right. Okay. So a lot of people probably look at guides the entire time they're playing, or a lot of people probably maybe feel like the way Ferret was saying that feel like you need to have a guide to kind of hold your hand through it or whatever. I'm probably not going to play it like that because you guys, I mean, everybody knows that's not the way I play games, dude. And a lot of people hate it. A lot of people hate the way I play games because, yo, hey, thanks, Kayla. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everything's going well. Um, for me, that's just part of the experience, man. Like if I figure out something cool by chance or whatever, that's awesome. Um, and if I miss something and people want to let me know that how I could have gotten it after the fact or whatever, that's great. I like having that information, but I don't like my gameplay experience to be skewed off of being guided through the game. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's just the way I like playing games. So other people are absolutely fine with being, you know, guided through a game, whether it be by another player or by an actual written guide, whether it be online or what have you. And I respect that. There are a lot of people that don't want to play a game and miss stuff. For me, I don't want to play a game and have people go, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this. I just want to play the game for what it is. And then if people want to let me know how I might have been able to get certain things done at one point or another because of these certain specific conditions that needed to be met or what have you, then that's awesome. I like knowing that information. I love knowing that. But for me, it feels like it messes up the way I would have played the game and experienced it naturally, if that makes sense, you know? Because I wouldn't have looked up a guide by myself anyways. Yeah, I know that, Ferret. I know that. I know that. Yeah. And I respect the way, I mean, I know what you're saying about it, and there are a lot of games that are like that. And it's just important to me, to reiterate the fact that for anybody that's hanging out or might see this at some point or what have you, that there are people that don't mind missing things. Yeah. Because it's more about the experience of the playthrough itself for them as a first time playthrough. And there are a lot of people that'll play a game like Stardew for the first time blind and just figure out what they can on their own. And then they'll play it again and they'll actually go through and like use a guide or whatever. I respect that as well. You know what I mean? So different strokes for different folks, right? I just tend to be one of those people that, and for a lot of people, I think where it gets a lot of people jacked up is that, like, for a lot of people that have a lot of info about these kinds of games, or any game for that matter, where you can miss things, they get like it like makes their hair stand on end, dude. If they're watching somebody else play a game where they're about to miss something, it fries people out, dude. It's like they can't handle it. Oh, no, don't do that. You got to go back and you need to do this and you're going to miss it. And it's like, it's okay. Yeah, that's fine, dude. I mean, I understand what you're talking about. Harvest Moon had that kind of stuff in it too. Not to the same extent, I'm sure, but yeah. I don't know. I think that's always been one of my things about playing co-op with people too. When they have experience in a game, it's more like, you know, I that's one of the reasons that whenever I play co-op with, I only, with certain games, I'll only co-op with certain people that I trust to be pretty sensitive about the fact of the way I play games, right? So it's one of those things where I don't really know, Wick. I mean, that's one of those things up front that I try to tell people, like, I would prefer to just figure things out on my own, you know? So it's if it's something, again, if it's something significant for progression or whatever, and somebody's just trying to be like, I think the big thing is just every situation is different, right? And it depends on how I'm feeling at the time and the gameplay and how I'm progressing and what the game has to offer. Every game feels a little bit different for me in regards to those specific kinds of situations. The biggest thing is people asking me and not just giving me that information outright. That's what I would say. I can't really ever tell you exactly because every scenario and situation is a little bit different. And depending on what the gameplay is, the specific scenario is, and so I can't tell you for sure. I would have to be in the game, and I think the big thing is what I always boil it down to is like people having enough respect for the way that certain people play games like myself to just ask, you know, like, yo, I've got some information that could, something cool could go down. Do you want to know it's coming up? And do you want to know what it is? Rather than just being like, hey, come on, there's something special going on. It happens like this. We're going to go do it right now. And it's like, God dang, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, fair. I mean, it's Harvest Moon, dude. That's what this game I'm telling you, dude, this game evolved off of Harvest Moon. And that's the way Harvest Moon was. It had a lot of that certain kind of specific conditions needed to be met for certain things to go down and to be you know what I mean? So that doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah. Oh, very certain events must be, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know it is. I mean, there's a reason, dude. So many people love it. Yeah, and dude, again, I mean, the reason I don't usually get bent out of, I don't usually get super tilted whenever people let information fly. I understand why it happens, right? It's not like I don't understand why that kind of thing happens. The thing that usually gets me off kilter and kind of tilted out at people is whenever they don't stop. Yeah, like when you don't respect my process and you keep trying to you keep trying to backseat me, or you keep spoiling a game or whatever, I'm gonna end up losing it. But I understand why people have a hard time with it. It's maddening for people. It really is. I know it is. I know it's maddening for people to watch me play a game and to sit there like pulling their hair out like, oh my God, he's right next to the sword and the stone. You know what I mean? And he can't see it. It's like I understand. If he would only run around it in a circle 12 times and then, rub his belly 3 times. I get it, dude. I know why, it pings people out so hard and they have a hard time holding their tongues. So that's why I don't usually get really like tilted. I just try to reiterate to people. And every situation is different, so I don't really know. It would just depend on in the game. But I'll just always default to like just ask. Just ask if I want to have some information. That's it. It's easy. But I know that game has a lot of that kind of stuff, so usually those kinds of games, what I'll do is I'll try to get in there and get a good feel for what the game has to offer for like the first like 30 or 40 hours or something, and then I'll get a little bit more relaxed about people like maybe wanting to help with some of that like more niche kind of information about special events and things in the games and stuff like that. As long as I've had time to get in there and really like taste it for myself without a whole lot of additional information. Does that make sense? But I do need to get in and play the game. I really do. I really want to play it before Haunted Chocolatier comes out, because we're going to have another like I think with Haunted Chocolatier, we're gonna have like another 200 to 300 hour game on our hands, probably from Concerned Ape. Dude, I've got to get Stardew Valley. We'll take a look at the schedule. Let's get this new segment going, and then we'll take a look at the schedule. We've got like we haven't really touched the schedule heavily since the beginning of the year. So let's take today between the news and actually getting into V Rising, and let's just take a good hard look at the schedule and what we want to do moving forward. Maybe we throw Stardew in there, you know what I mean? But we'll try to figure it out. All right. Is he saying right now that he's not going to Ferret? Is he saying there's no multiplayer in Haunted Chocolatier right now? I just assumed there would be. But was there not multiplayer on the initial rollout of Stardew either? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, I had forgotten about. Excuse me, I had forgotten about that. Yeah, right on. Yeah, okay. Well, we might just have to wait to play Haunted Chocolatier until it gets multiplayer. You know, maybe that'll give me a little bit more time. I need to get it played sooner rather than later, though. I know it. Get your hands out of my money jar, ferret. That's an interesting. That's an interesting concept. So it's like you're all your farms work together, or all your farms work separately. Basically, is that the concept there? Basically, I know that that's not the only way you get money in the game and stuff, but that's basically the you know, huh? What's the best way to address? Here's my thing. My thing is, if I'm playing with people that have played the game before, people are going to know how to ramp up money real easy. Cash, I have not yet. We're about to cover it. We're about to cover it here in just a moment because the stream was down yesterday. Yeah, so we're gonna cover it here in just a moment. What's up, dude? We might watch the VOD if I feel like I need to, but I think we got a pretty good summary of the showcase that's coming up here in a second. So, I think my worry with the shared money thing in Stardew would be that there are going to be people like, for instance, it feels like anytime I get into a game with people that are familiar with the game, they get going quite a bit faster than me, right? Because I'm getting a handle on everything and how it works. And so they're going to be ramping up cash flow probably a lot quicker than I would. And I don't want to be able to feed off of that. I want to struggle for a little bit. I want to struggle and feel that pain. Don't share money. You shared money with True, and True broke your bank, didn't she? We're gonna have to get on True. Cash, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, dude, we're gonna take a look at it in just a second. Yeah, I was actually first whenever I was starting up the news this morning, I was like, oh man, that Nintendo Direct was yesterday. Yeah, we're gonna hit on it though. EA is splitting into two different organizations. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, yo, That's something I'm getting ready to have done. By the way, also is the EA gag GIF. The EA gag GIF, dude, is about to be a thing, guys. Cash, that's perfect, dude. That's perfect. Yo, hold on. Hold on. Check this out. So I came across this yesterday because Wednesdays are my day to like work on things, right? Um, here we go. Find this. There we go. The upcoming game, which has yet to be given an official title, is in development at Full Circle, a new Vancouver. Hold on. Hold on, dude. Hold on. Hold on. Let me turn my camera off real quick. Here. I found this yesterday, dude. I found this yesterday. I'm going to be turning this into a GIF for us. Has yet to be given an official title, is in development at Full Circle, a new Vancouver-based EA studio, headed up by former Xbox Live general manager Daniel McCulloch, who spent 15 years with Microsoft's gaming business before departing in 2020. EA, sorry guys, it's so hard to say that without
Wanting to throw up.
So we'll have our EA. We've needed that for a while. I finally found that yesterday and was like, all right, dude. So we'll have our EA gag GIF coming up here pretty quick. You know, you can cuss in here, dude. You can cuss in here, bro. You know that, right? Yeah, it's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Electronic ass hats, dude. I like that one too. So yeah, I found that yesterday. I've just got to get that I've got to get that cut down into a GIF, so we'll have another GIF for anytime we come across an EA article. We can start spamming the gag GIF. Oh no, dude. Yo, dude, for the longest time now, no. No. So here's the deal. Whenever the channel was early, when the channel was early, and I don't really cuss. I don't really cuss. I don't have an issue with it. But like the worst I'll say is like crap or ass. That's it. But when the channel was early, I didn't do a whole lot of it because I was still filling things out for the way, you know, I wanted the community to be and everything like that. The only thing I've really there you go. Yeah, it's been a long time now, dude, that I haven't really cared if people bombed out in chat. But it's just a matter of being mature about it and not like being overtly obscene or gross with it or whatever. You know what I mean? Because of the safe for work aspect of what we try to maintain. That was always something that was hard for me to figure out whenever I first started streaming, was like trying to maintain the safe for work atmosphere while it's just balancing that out, you know? So that's all it was, dude. That's all it was. I've never had an issue with cursing. The reason I don't really do it, or I guess I do it very low key, is just to be able to appeal to a large range of audience. You know what I mean, and not to offend too many. There are a lot of people that don't really care for it or whatever, and so that's fine with me. I don't have an issue not cussing, but people that want to use it in chat or whatever, I'm fine with it as long as it's just be mature about it. People that just drop in here and just, all they do is just drop f-bombs and stuff and be like, yo, chill out a little bit. Or if you're using it in like a vulgar way, you know, that's kind of not safe for work or whatever, then I'm going to be like, yo, let's not do that. Yeah, that's all it is. I just had to, like, for the first part of me streaming and stuff, I needed to figure out how to incorporate it. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's wild. We'll see what that is. I'll be honest. I like heckin' lame. You know, it's like I don't know what it is about it. That word always cracks me up, though. Hecking does. It does sound good. I don't know what it is, dude. Yeah, yeah, it's funny, dude. Yo, I'm actually, this says for tomorrow, June 21st, because I'm actually looking at all the news for the past 2 days. So trying to gather anything in that we might have missed over me not being live yesterday. Yo, did you guys hear about this crap? There's no way you didn't, right? I mean, it's all over the place. This sub that was bolted from the outside in and it was like controlled by like a Logitech controller or something. You guys hear about this? Yeah, that's all I hear. Yeah, I'm not gonna dive into it, but it was like Jesus. It was just like asking for trouble. It felt like, dude. You didn't hear about this ferret? Oh my god, dude, it's flipping everywhere. So look into it, dog. I mean, it's not really video gaming news, but aside from the fact that they were like controlling this with like a video game controller, it was like through like Bluetooth or something. Oh yeah, so that's like whenever that's what I mean I tend to like most of the time whenever I play with people like live on Discord and stuff, people so that's like usually what I ask is like people try to understand if they're going to be in Discord with me to try and keep that down because I do try and not do too much cursing with the voice stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna trip out. I usually don't even say anything. People slip here and there. It's not a big deal. And in chat and stuff, you know, people cuss and everything. It's okay. But again, I think it's just like a matter of being mature about it. My big thing is like trying. I think one of the things I want to try to get across to people is like cursing can be a very useful tool. It loses its effectiveness whenever your communication is polluted with it. A lot of people don't understand that, and I at one point in my life have been somebody whose communication, my language, was absolutely riddled with cursing. It was terrible, and it was so hard to get away from that form of expression, like using language, communicating with people without, cursing all the time. And I'm talking grotesque kinds of cursing. You know what I mean? And so basically, whenever I started having my kids, I thought about it. I was like, I don't want my kids to mimic me. So I relearned how to talk most of my language without using cursing. And my kids know curse words. It's not like they don't, but they understand the fact that like they're not supposed to use it right now. Once they become an adult, that's their choice. But I'm trying to impart on them the fact that cursing can be a very useful tool if used properly. And it loses that effectiveness whenever it's used all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cash. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So that's all it is for me. I don't have any issue with it. It doesn't offend me. You know what I mean? That's just the two main things was like I changed the way I talked for my kids to try and teach them how useful of a tool it could be. And also it's just because I feel like it opens me up to a more wide range of audience and stuff, if I'm not just like bombing out all the time. Wick makes everybody curse, I think, dude, so you're not alone there. Oh yeah, Ferret, no doubt. Yeah, yeah, Cash. So they turned a tuna fish can into a submarine that holds 5 to 6 people with a toilet in the hole. Guy charges 250K per passenger to go down and see the Titanic. Exactly that. Exactly that. It's literally bolted. They can't open it from the inside.
That one was on me.
Absolutely. It can't be opened from the inside. It can only be opened from the outside. Only be open from the outside, and it's controlled by like a Bluetooth Logitech gaming controller or something. Oh yeah, they're done at this point, I think, dude. They've got like literally, even if they're alive right now, they have like little to no oxygen left, I think. Like probably half a day's worth, maybe. I can't remember how much. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah. Here's the thing: as far down as they were, if they even sprung like a pinhole leak, that entire sub vessel, whatever they want to call it, would have just crushed, and they all would have died instantly, dude. Because the pressure down there is insane. They would have just been, and I mean honestly, it would have been instantaneous death. They would have not even felt anything, which is all you could really hope for. But if they're just down there, if they're just down there suffocating or something, that sucks. That entire sinking barrel, yes, yes. Funny enough, there's another person that was supposed to be in that sub, and they canceled last minute. They had that sinking feeling, Sorry, that's terrible. Oh man, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. Let's start. Yeah, I don't know, Tinwin. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know. Freeze before suffocated. Oh yeah, you're probably right, Vault. Yeah, yeah, probably right. Yeah, Cash, me either. Rich people, I guess. I don't have 250K to throw down on something like that. Not that I would throw 250K on something like that, anyways. But you know, it's wild. Timon, what's up, dog? Looks like there's a new PS5 bundle with 24 months of PS Plus. Yeah. Because that's what I was just saying, Tim. When it can't be opened from the inside out, only from the outside. It's bolted down. They're. That's why, like, it's so ridiculous. What a bad flipping engineering thing, man. Yeah, I don't think they probably ever will. I don't think they probably ever will, Ferret. To be honest. Yeah, bro, I'd love to skydive. I would love to skydive. All right, let's go look at our other search real quick. Yeah, yeah, Tinwin. As long as they set it up, you know what I mean. I mean, I don't know. It is wild, dude. I don't know. I mean, it's been all over the place over the past like day and a half. You know. Yes, the missing Titanic vessel is piloted with a video game controller. It's just so stupid. Like, yeah, I don't. That's what I kept thinking the entire time I was hearing about this and finding out more about it. I was like, who thought this was a solid plan? You know? Yeah. Yeah. You know, they're like talk to him through mic and be like, "Yo, guys, I'll be right back. The controller died." They're like, it's like, God dang, dude. Like, what? I know that's not the way that went, but yeah, dude. Apparently not. I mean, I figured it would have been too, Ferret, but I mean, yeah, dude, if looking at what the engineering side of it was, I'm not even surprised now. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, they're using a video game controller. They're using, you know, it's only open. You can only open it from the outside in. You know, and am I surprised that they might not have had a tether on it either? You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't know, dude. Uh, yeah, Timon. I mean, I think the thing is like, is there enough of a community behind it anymore? You know, but it's not that. I mean, even if there's not, I mean, it could be good too. Yeah. No, it wasn't the first trip down, Cash. I don't think. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think when the last time I heard was like there was like almost a little bit less than 2 days worth, and at this point they'd be really running out. You know, but like who was saying, was it Ferret? I can't remember who said it, Ferret or even if even if they had oxygen left, if they were still down that low and they didn't spring a leak and just get crushed to death or whatever, they probably would have froze to death already. You know, I don't know, man. That's out of my realm of like knowledge and stuff. But you know, I saw a terrible meme. I saw a terrible meme. You know, the Titanic movie where they're like walking through, and it's like the part of the movie where like it's all the ghosts and everything, and they're just walking through like it never sank or whatever, right? Like all the ghosts are in there, and they're like he's part of it or whatever. There was like a meme that was like welcoming in the from the Titanic movie. They were all the ghosts were like welcoming in the the vessels members, and so it was like, oh my god, dude, it was so bad. I was like, oh, they are definitely going to hell. Whoever made that, dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. There's a ton of bad memes out there right now. There really is, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's just. I think the thing for a lot of people, I think where a lot of people lose that like that sense of compassion for these people and everything is like, and it's unfortunate. It is because these are human beings, and it shouldn't be like that. But people look at it and go, bunch of rich idiots, basically. You know what I mean? Timwin, I haven't even. I will be. I haven't gotten to see the the news part of the Nintendo Direct stuff yet, man. We weren't live yesterday, so I've got stuff up right now for the Nintendo Direct to recap it and everything. But yeah, I'll be big hype about that. I have not seen any of it. I didn't even know that it had been announced yet. I was totally offline except for working on my my own content stuff yesterday. So
Emotional damage.
yep. Now I know. I've actually been saying for a long time I wish they would remake that game, so I guess I'll be happy. Um, Brother, I'm not a Twitter dude. I don't hang out on Twitter. I think most people know that. About the only thing I do is occasionally, like, if there's something significant that I need to post out about, like the stream schedule or whatever, I'll put it out on Twitter. I don't like Twitter, dude. I never have. That's about it. Frostpunk 2 gameplay reveal planned for fall. Cool. We got some Final Fantasy 16 stuff up already. We were gonna find out about the Mario RPG stuff this morning, anyways, but yeah, I know. That's that thing we were talking about earlier, right? It's like instead of like being like, "Hey, have you seen the Nintendo stuff?" You know what I mean? Like Cash did. Cash came in and was like, "Hey, have you seen the Nintendo Direct stuff yet?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "No, we're about to get to it." Tim Wynn's just like, black. Oh, dude, Myth. Did anybody play this Myth Force? This game has been out on Epic for a while, and it looked really cool. It's very like '80s cartoon, like He-Man stuff. Um, you know, we already talked about this, but this is launching on Steam with Next Fest. I would kind of wanted to try this out. I wonder. We'll probably get this in the Nintendo Direct stuff. But we'll pull it up just in case. New teaser trailer for Star Trek Infinite. The first Final Fantasy 16 review score is in. Where's that other Final Fantasy 16 at? All right, let's put that there. Remaining Xbox Game Pass titles. Do I have other Xbox stuff up? Yeah. Let's go here. Alien abduction horror game going viral for good reason. Take a peek at that. New Xbox Indie Game Showcase and demo event are coming in July. Okay. All right, let's do with that. Let's do with that. See what we got. Alien abduction horror game is going viral for good reason. Yeah, I guess we'll just start off with the Nintendo stuff. It's already been a bit spoiled out there. Probably the biggest thing I would have seen out of it. Yo, I've been actually talking about needing another Super Mario RPG for a long time. So now that we know, I've been asking for it for a long time. That's my favorite Mario game ever. That's very stoked news for me. Um, you know, I'm not a big fan of Nintendo. I that company's really gross to me, but I'm hyped about that. That's gonna be big news. Uh, yeah, will somebody time out Wick? Just kidding. Never got to play Super Mario RPG. God dang, it's so good. You know what's funny too is I just watched like a week ago. We just watched the Mario, maybe a week and a half ago, something like that. We just watched the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Toad's running around with a frying pan. And I was telling my wife, I was like, "Dude, that's the weapon for Toad in Super Mario RPG." I was like, I am almost positive, and I haven't played that game, dude, since way back. And sure enough, dude, I got online and looked, and it's his best weapon in the game is the frying pan. So there's a lot of um, Easter eggs in that movie. If you didn't know, but that's in Super Mario RPG. Toad's, his best weapon is the frying pan, and it's funny that he's like running around in the movie with a frying pan and everything. It's probably not the only. Yeah. Exactly. Fair. Yeah. Biggest announcements in games. All right. So yeah, it sucks that we missed this yesterday, but if everybody wants, before we start playing V Rising today, we can watch the VOD. I'm fine with that. I don't know that we'll feel like we need to. A lot of people have probably already seen it. It sucks that it happened on the day that I was off. But if you guys do want to watch it, we can. If you don't, that's fine. We're gonna get a summary of it here, but we can watch it if you guys want. We'll talk about it after we end the news segment and before we start up gaming. Okay. Nintendo has hosted its Summer Nintendo Direct presentation showcasing a whole bunch of Nintendo Switch games, the majority of which are releasing in 2023. This new June 2023 Nintendo Direct included several third-party games alongside first-party titles like Pikmin 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and a remake of Super Mario RPG. Yeah, that's big hype, dude. I would have been like poggers at reading that had I not already known. I guess. The return of Super Mario RPG was one of the biggest surprises. The classic Super Nintendo game is getting a complete remake and will be released this November. Sticking to Nintendo's lineup of upcoming first-party games, Princess Peach is getting her own still untitled solo adventure. Detective Pikachu returns in October, and the world will never be the same after it gazed upon the pachyderm power of Elephant Mario. I guess you're right, dude. But I assumed it was going to be a remake. Yeah. Mario is returning to classic 2D platforming, sort of, with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It goes back to the franchise's roots, but includes some terrific new animations and quirky power-ups, including one that has quickly become a viral hit. As for third-party games, there was a lot packed into this short direct. Star Ocean fans will get to see a beloved game from 1998 given a new lease on life. The Ultimate Batman Collection is coming to Switch this year, and you can ruffle some feathers in a musical battle royale soon. So, yo, this is hitting in November? Jesus. Okay. Well, that's gonna probably be a must play for me, guys. Hold on. So many games. Dude, how Nintendo is so good at keeping things under wrap, dude. Yo, is that what they're saying? It's going to be exactly the same? I mean, still, but that's I mean, a remake's a remake. It's not like they're so if it's a remake, well, we'll dive into it. We'll try to find it. No. If they're rebuilding the game from the ground up, that's a remake. If they're just taking the original game, they're like polishing up the graphics a little bit and maybe overhauling it like the UI a little bit or something like that, that's more like a remaster. So we'll have to dive in here and find out if this is in fact a remake or a remaster. Here's the thing. I doubt there's much they would want to change about this game anyways. Even if they're remaking it totally. Because I've said this a lot. Any developer that wants to remake an iconic game, you're walking a tightrope about maintaining, because any game that's going to be remade is something they're trying to bring back to life because obviously there's a market for it, right? There's a fan base behind it. Whether you're talking about Dead Space or, you know, what are some of the other ones we've gotten? Jesus, like the Resident Evil games or what have you, right? And the tough thing for developers to do with these remakes is to stay true to what they are, first and foremost. It doesn't mean that some things might not need to change because gaming's changed a lot since, you know, Dead Space and was like 2007, 2008, right? Resident Evil 4, Jesus, that was early 2000s too. Also, and then we're talking Super Mario RPG, dog. That was like in the 90s, right? Like what? I don't even know what year. Um, Mid to late 90s, you know. Um, so right, exactly. So I mean, it's a tough thing for developers to address. Yeah, because you obviously cannot change the game too much. If you change the game too much, you're actually going to be removing the elements that made people love the game in the first place, which is why you're remaking it, right? Um, People want the game. There are obviously going to be some things that probably need to be modernized a little bit. So um, as opposed to maybe something like what was it, Tactics Ogre or whatever, something like that, which is just a remaster where you got some like graphical updates, but nothing else really. Yeah, it's like a little bit better, maybe animation or like graphical view of the game, but the core of everything it's the same coding. They didn't break the game all the way down and rebuild it or anything. It's not like that, right? So that's one of those things, and I think a lot of people that don't, not talking about you guys, but anybody else that might be watching this later on, people tend to use those words interchangeably, right? Remake and remaster, and it's not traditionally the same thing. It's a very different kind of thing. So that's traditionally what the difference has been supposed to have been in gaming, in development. But we'll have to dive in here and see exactly what Super Mario RPG is supposed to be bringing to the table. Yeah, exactly, fair. Yeah. So we'll have to see what they're saying. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the hidden treasure of Area Zero expansion. The new trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's and Cash. Thank you, dude, for just coming in and asking if I had seen the stuff yet. I appreciate that very much. Upcoming 2-part DLC, the Till Mask. I mean, even though we weren't going to be watching it live or anything, I was going to be reading about it this morning, and that was going to be hype stuff for me. So I appreciate that, dude. New trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's upcoming 2-part DLC, The Till Mask and the Indigo Plateau, showed off a few more details for the hidden treasure of Area Zero expansion. Aside from the gameplay footage, nothing majorly was shown off here, and for now, the Till Mask and the Indigo Plateau are scheduled to launch in fall and winter this year, respectively. Scarlet and Violet players can also take part in a new 5-star Terra raid battle this week with a rare chest form Gimmighoul popping up to reward players who defeat it. Yo, did they actually ever get this game fixed up? This game was kind of a mess, right? Scarlet and Violet. Wasn't this game kind of a bit buggy on release? I think. Sonic Superstars. Next Sonic Adventure is racing onto the Switch and other gaming platforms soon. And in a brief trailer, Sega showed off some of the 12 new zones that players can explore and the local co-op for up to 4 players. Palia, a new free-to-play life simulator. Palia is all about relaxing vibes in either solo or co-op sessions like other games in the genre. You'll be able to create a cozy getaway. Customize it to suit your taste and uncover more materials for your home when you explore beyond the borders of your village. Persona 5 Tactical, we'd already seen this. We knew this was coming. The upcoming real-time strategy spin-off got a short teaser at the Nintendo Direct and introduced a new character, Arena. In case you missed its debut earlier this month, Persona 5 Tactica puts a cute spin on the Phantom Thieves for Persona 5, mixes in some Fire Emblem-inspired turn-based gameplay, and sets the gang loose in a new realm. I tend to remember, especially when you were trying to do, because they got like multiplayer in it and stuff, right? Seems like whenever they were doing multiplayer, dude, it got real wonky, man. I'm pretty sure it's the lowest rated like Pokemon game, like Metacritic wise, maybe ever. Oh my god! Super Mario RPG. Did that did that work? Was that believable? It's been more than 25 years since the beloved Super Mario RPG was first released, and at long last, the game is making a comeback in grand fashion. This remake of the cult classic reunites Mario with several other Mushroom Kingdom favorites and will be released on November 17th. November 17th. Yeah. Perfect, dude. Nice, dude. That one doesn't get used very often. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. November 17th, dude. I mean, again, look, dude, it wasn't like we weren't going to find out about it, but it's one of, I would have liked to have seen it and been able to get hyped about it. That's the thing that I talk about, though. People just making assumptions about stuff and just throwing info out there. That's not the way to do things, dude. Like Cash did it right, dude. You know what I mean? Cash literally came in and was like, yo, have you seen the Nintendo Direct info? And I was like, no, we got an article up. We're about to hit on it. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. You know? Talk about that all the time, dude. You know? Because obviously I was off yesterday, right? So we didn't get to watch the Nintendo Direct. And I mean, people, you know, you're just going to assume that I watched it or whatever. I didn't watch it. I had a lot of stuff going on yesterday. I was basically just... I had some other things going on, and then I had a large part of the day I was just working, dude. Just working on stuff for the community and the stream and everything. So, honestly, I completely forgot about the Nintendo Direct. I wouldn't have forgotten about it had I been live, but having the day off, dude, I just forgot. I was just so focused on other things going on. So, I don't know. It's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal, but it feels nice to be able to get hyped about stuff. That's that sentiment I try to get across to people. You know, we all look, and I'll say this. In this day and age of like gaming in this industry, where it feels like it's so hard to get hyped about anything anymore, I'll take those ones I can get. You know what I mean? So. It feels so few and far between anymore for being able to get hyped about stuff because of just terrible releases and like I just put out a video about how I'm not hyped about Avowed anymore because it seems like they're just not bringing the pillars aspects into that game like I thought they were going to be. You know, things like that. There's just like I don't get hyped about stuff nearly as much as I did maybe like a decade ago, you know? It just so the ones that I can take and like kind of see and find out for myself and feel that hype about and not have, you know, maybe have it spoiled or whatever. Dude, I like to have that. I'm not mad at Tin Win or anything. I just, you know, it's nice to have people be a bit conscious of that information spew, you know, maybe turn that valve off for a second, think about stuff before you just throw info out there. We were going to cover it. Bro, are you serious? No way. Nuh-uh. Nice, dude. Baited. Yeah, so that's all it really is. You know what I mean? I'm not mad. It just would have been nice to been able to like pog out for a second on this, you know, and feel that hype for myself. Coming across it without knowing it was going to be there, I guess, you know. That's it. So shout out to Cash. Cash did it right. Appreciate that. Remake of the cult classic reunites Mario with several other Mushroom Kingdom favorites and will be released on November 7th. Dude, this game, we're playing this. This is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. I loved this flipping game. It was so dope. This is such a cool game. I can't wait to see what. I hope they do it justice. Myth Force. Inspired by Saturday morning cartoons, this new first-person fantasy game allows you to wield magic, melee weapons, and bows in 4-player co-op action. It's already out on Steam via early access. It will be landing on Switch later this year. Oh, it's on Steam. Hold on. I think I've got an article up. We'll take a look at it there. Splatoon 3. All right, looks like a Splatfest theme is going to have people determine which flavor of ice cream is the best. Vanilla, strawberry, or mint chip? What? No chocolate? No, get wrecked. Vault. Yeah, me too. Sorry, I'm not a big mint fan. Sorry. Dude, my son would be here with you, Doug. I respect your choice, all right? I just disagree. I'm not a big mint fan. You know what I mean? I just find it weird that it's like vanilla, strawberry, mint chip. I feel like they should have at least done like chocolate, strawberry, mint chip. Something like that. I'm an old soul. No, dude. People love mint chip, dude. People love mint chip. I've actually got some mango ice cream right now, made out of macadamia milk, dude. It's banging. It's some good stuff. I love mangoes though. My favorite ice cream is actually pistachio, dude. Talk about an old soul, bro. Yeah, no worries, Ferret. No worries. Talk about an old soul, dude. My favorite ice cream is pistachio ice cream, dog. I'm an old man. So the Splatfest will be held from July 14th through the 16th. That's weird, dude. Just vanilla? Hmm. Hmm. Detective Pikachu, everyone's favorite mystery-solving Pokemon, is back. Sorry, not you, Gumshoes. As Detective Pikachu returns to solve crimes and drink absurd amounts of coffee. Oh, dude, that's my favorite Pikachu. On October 6th. Princess Peach, move aside Mario. Princess Peach is ready to save the day. There aren't too many details yet on the solo Princess Peach game, but Nintendo did say that more will be revealed ahead of the game's 2024 launch. Okay. Arkham Trilogy is coming to the Switch. Launching fall of this year. Dragon Quest Monsters. Okay, we had heard there was probably a new Dragon Quest Monsters game coming. Follows Saru, a cursed prince, and his companion Rose as they travel through the demon realm of Nadiria. With plenty of monsters to find and recruit to your party, you'll need to combine them into more powerful forms. Take on the deadly challenges that lie ahead when the Dark Prince launches on December 1st. Pikmin 4, a few more days before Pikmin 4 launches on July 21st. Few more days? That's a month, man. So they showed off more details about the game in the trailer. Are there that many people that are going to be hyped about this? Is there that much of a community behind the Pikmin stuff, dude? I'm asking because I've never seen Pikmin as something that I'm like, I need to play that. I remember seeing it originally on the 64 and was like, oh, that's kind of interesting looking. But I just didn't feel the pull. And ever since, it's like, eh. Once the game launches, the demo will be available in the eShop for anyone who wants a preview of what the game has to offer. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Originally a 3DS game, it is getting a visually enhanced port to the Switch, so a remaster, basically. Port to the Switch later in 2023. Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, The Last Spark Hunter. Second DLC for the Sparks of Hope is out right now and is titled The Last Spark Hunter. Mario and his Rabbid pals journey to a strange and musical planet that has new enemies to wall up and areas to explore. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Elephant Mario. At long last, the new Mario 2D game is headed to Switch. It looks wonderfully bizarre. Super Mario Bros. Wonder sticks to the art direction of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but adds a ton of new visual flourishes, enhanced animations, and new power-ups. If you ever wanted to witness the majestic power of Elephant Mario, then this is the game for you. Super Mario Wonder will be out in October. It wouldn't be a Nintendo Direct without an update for the mega popular Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. In the next wave of content for the booster pack, you can expect 8 new tracks and 3 new characters. Bro, they make so much money off this flipping game that came out on the Wii U. This game is creeping up on like a decade old, dog. They make a ton of money on this game. Still sells for retail. And they make a ton of money off DLC for it. It's insane. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. Konami's Metal Gear series is headed to Switch in October. First volume, you'll be able to guide Snake in classic games such as Metal Gear Solid, Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and Solid 3 Snake Eater. Collection also includes the games that started the entire series: Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, and the NES versions of Metal Gear and Snake's Revenge, and a lot of bonus content to dig into. Yeah, cool. October 24th. WarioWare, move it. Wario's back to cause more chaos. This time, he's brought over 200 micro games with him. Like other WarioWare games, WarioWare Move It focuses on lightning-fast reactions, singing up to the rhythm of these short games, and has co-op support for up to 4 players in a local party mode room. Penny's Big Breakaway? 3D platforming adventure from the team behind Sonic Mania. Penny's Big Breakaway transports you to the charming world of Macaroon. As Penny and her newly animated friend Yo-Yo, you'll be able to explore this colorful land, battle Emperor Eddie and his massive army and pushy penguins, and perform acrobatic tricks to save the day. Star Ocean: The Second Story. Second installment in the Star Ocean series has been rebuilt with sharp new graphics that combine the 3D environments of the 1998 cult classic with vibrant 2D pixel characters. Will launch on November 2nd for the Switch. Set on an underdeveloped world, stranded Federation officer Claude teams up with local mystic Rena, and together the two journey across the land while encountering new allies and enemies. This version of the beloved game will also feature updated combat mechanics, which will allow for both strategic and precise tactics to be used in battle. Vampire Survivors. August 17th is coming to the Switch. This edition of the game also packs in couch co-op for up to 4 players. Interesting. That's cool. Silent Hope. 7 wordless warriors are forced to work together. They embark on a quest to find their king, an action RPG that launches on October 3rd. Oh, Headbangers Rhythm Royale. Look, man, this is one of those things we saw here recently in some of the other one of the other showcases. Online rhythm-based battle royale. Up to 30 players can take on this challenge to be the last bird standing as they compete in more than 20 musical minigames. Wick, are you ready? Rhythm Royale, dude. That's probably going to be a good game. I like the sumo. That's great. Gloomhaven. This has been out for a while on other platforms. It'll launch on the Switch on September 18th. Manic Mechanics. Co-op gaming with a chaotic twist. You and up to 3 of your friends will have to work to repair vehicles quickly throughout the town of Octane Isle. Repair as many cars, trucks, choppers, and other modes of transport before the clock runs out. But beware, because the faster you work, the more chaos you'll unleash. Nothing is worse than a badly timed oil spill. Okay. Cool. I'll link this for you guys. We might have to watch the Nintendo Direct between gaming today. We'll see. Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, we looked at all this, so I won't read into that. Alien abduction horror game is going viral for good reason. It's been a years-long quest of mine to find good alien abduction horror games. There are strangely few, and I've never really understood why. There are, after all, roughly a few dozen Lovecraftian horror games, and as many or more Resident Evil-inspired experiences newly lurking each and every year in the deep recesses of Steam. And yet, whenever extraterrestrials are involved in games, it's usually the case where we're killing them with futuristic weaponry or action-oriented games like Halo, Mass Effect, or Resistance. XCOM. No XCOM in there? No XCOM? Really? Even when they are the main antagonist in a horror game like Dead Space, we're usually equipped well enough to fight back, turning them into gameplay obstacles. These games can be fun, but they leave me wanting. For a long time, I've sought a good horror game where we behave as ants due to humans completely incapable of understanding their intentions and powerless to stop them. All right, what is this, dude? Play it!
You're on the air. Hello. Hello, Art.
I need more coffee. Like a gallon.
Okay, well, what we're thinking of as aliens, Art, they're extra dimensional beings. They are not what they claim to be.
Fireflies? They're fireflies. Is that all we get? That's all we get. On itch.io, one such game is going viral for very good reason. Incident in Grove Lake is an equally terrorizing and mesmerizing microgame built around the unshakable worry that in the far reaches of the cosmos, there may be horrors we can't possibly comprehend. If we're here in this vast universe, right, there's got to be some gnarly stuff out there, dude. I'm sorry. I don't feel like this can be a one-off, dude. If we're here, there's got to be some crazy crap out there somewhere. You know, the Pay What You Want project comes from Dan McGrath, a rather prolific solo developer of lo-fi horror games. Some of his other games, such as Harmful and Our Lady of Sorrow, have earned accolades in the past. Now, Incident at Grove Lake has been sitting atop Itch's trending tab since June 17th as of this writing. In just 25 minutes, the found footage style first-person horror is a remarkable dose of nightmare fuel. PS1-like visuals that are currently sweeping the indie horror gaming scene are used to great effect here, as the lack of fidelity only helps to elevate the air of imperceptibility the short story is built on. Audio design is similarly unnerving, and McGrath is clearly a horror creator who understands how less can be so much more when it comes to what we see and hear as the player. Dude, horror games, I cannot stress enough. Horror games, the sound in horror games is such a great driving aspect of the anxiety, elevating anxiety and the fear in those games, you know. The audio is such a huge aspect of that. You've been waiting for a horror game that paints aliens not as the enemy faction you're meant to overpower, but rather the omnipotent beings whose motivations and capabilities no earthling could ever possibly decode. Incident at Grove Lake is the remarkable reward for your patience. Yo, interesting. We might have to throw that onto the Scaretober stuff, dude. Try that out. A new Xbox Indie Games Showcase and demo event are coming in July. Players will be able to sample a number of upcoming Xbox games for 1 week. Latest Indie Games Digital Showcase will take place on July 11th at, let's get rid of these. 10 a.m. Pacific, so that'll be noon our time, 1 p.m. Eastern. Viewable on IGN and its social media platforms, the event promises to offer a first look at some new games, including trailers, gameplay, reveals, and more. Xbox's annual Summer Game Fest demo event is returning next month, also from July 11th to the 17th. Players will be able to download and sample a number of upcoming Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One titles. Last year's event featured over 30 demos of unreleased indie games accessible via the Xbox dashboard. Right now, Steam Fest is going on. Steam Fest is going on right now through the end of this week. Next Fest. Steam's Next Fest. Upcoming games, right? So if you go in here, it'll basically just show you a ton of games that you can get in on, try demos of that aren't necessarily even out yet. There's a lot of stuff. So it's kind of the same thing, right? A lot of these big platforms do this nowadays. So Steam Next Fest right now, you play a lot of demos of Play free demos, watch developer live streams, wish list your favorites to get notified when they release, all that stuff, right? So kind of the same thing here that Xbox is doing, right? We'll probably watch this. I'll bookmark this, and we'll put this up for July 11th. July 11th. Yeah. So we'll try to watch that. Shut your mouth. A new trailer has been released for a video game Star Trek Infinite, and it looks epic. Game was announced in honor of Picard Day. Gameplay takes place in the Alpha and Beta Quadrant, according to Paradox Interactive. Takes players on a thrilling journey through space, placing them in the heart of the galactic struggles between the powers. The teaser trailer that shows gameplay is awe-inspiring and could be complex if it involves the Borg. Let's take a look.
We are establishing communications with another sentient species in accordance with the Prime Directive.
Leader, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Peter Yoda. What's going on, man? I'm good, brother. Yeah. Had our down day, our weekly down day yesterday. Got some new stuff done. Got a lot of work done for the community stream and stuff. Not all of it is visible yet, but some of it. So I'm working, dude. Having an extra day off each week is giving me time to actually work on things I've been needing to and wanting to get done for the community. So it's good. But it's good to be back too. Cool, man. Star Trek Infinite. Strategy game is pretty cool itself. Players are asked to decide on a course of action based on which faction they choose to play as the United Federation of Planets, Romulan Star Empire, the Cardassian Union, or the Klingon Empire. Each faction comes with different side quests. The game will take hours to play as fans of Star Trek will go all over and explore Alpha and Beta quadrants. Game takes place before the TNG, and it will give you a more in-depth look at what you could have been as the player will tackle objectives in different story modes. Even if you're a beginner or not even a Star Trek fan, Infinite is a game that you don't want to miss out on. Besides going into your ship and exploring the galaxy during your journey with the game, you can even visit other planets. You'll experience the game in new ways every time you play. If you want to know more about Star Trek Infinite, go to Paradox Interactive. There's a link right here. I'll link it for you guys. Cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, I've been streaming 7 days a week for a long time, and I enjoy doing that. I like streaming. I love doing this. I love hanging out with you guys, but I started getting to this point because I do everything myself for the stream, you know what I mean? So I do everything myself for the Twitch channel, the YouTube channel, all that stuff, and it ends up getting to a point where it's just very, very time intensive. And I feel like I'm always putting something on the back burner to take care of other things whenever I'm doing 7 days a week. So I just finally made the decision to take a day each week for right now. For the foreseeable future, take an extra day a week. You know what I mean? That way I can try to get caught up, get everything taken care of. I want to get taken care of. Keep making the channel a fun place for everybody to want to be and be a part of and things like that, as well as take care of some of the other back end stuff. And whenever I get all the way caught up or most of the way caught up, then I'll consider getting back to doing 7 day a week streams and stuff. But it feels good to have that extra time right now to work on that stuff. EA is splitting into two different organizations. EA, God, dude, could they just not be multiplying, please? EA, sorry, it's my gag reflex. EA has announced that the publisher will be splitting into two different organizations, EA Sports and EA Entertainment. Could they just dissolve into nothingness? That'd be great. The announcement was made today in an EA blog, which said the company was making the next steps of its strategy by aligning our studios into two organizations that report to me, EA Entertainment and EA Sports. You can read the full statement below. The amazingly horrific experiences we create and deliver across platforms, geographies, and business models captivate hundreds of millions of players and counting as we make them throw up over and over and over at our horrendous development and publishing processes. As more and more people around the world choose games as their first and most important way to come together, express themselves, and share their fandom, what we do together as leaders of interactive entertainment matters more than ever. I don't even want to read this crap. EA Sports is home to some of the most valuable properties in all of sports with an incredible portfolio of IP, massive online communities with hundreds of millions of fans, and more global rights for more sports than anywhere else in interactive entertainment. Yeah, it's actually gross. It's like nobody else can make a flipping NFL game. They're not making FIFA anymore, but they're still going to be making EA Sports FC, which is going to be the same thing. It just won't have that FIFA branding in it, which is also a disgusting game that nobody can compete with. They make the NHL games, which are also gross. They've basically gotten themselves into this situation where they're like the only companies that make these certain sports titles, and what they do is just slap another year on the cover every year. I used to play a lot of these games when I was younger, Madden, NHL, all that kind of stuff, and yeah. But I mean, it's also what they do is they it's all they really focus on is their like ultimate team stuff. If that's even still what they're calling it. I think that's what they still call a lot of it. The ultimate team stuff, right? So it's like, that's one of the reasons that they don't care too much about driving the price down after release, is because their focus is getting people in and hooked on the ultimate team stuff, which is like, it's loot boxing, right? So if you want to play ultimate team stuff, which all those games have it, then you need to buy packs of players. And those packs have contracts in them. So if you want to keep those players on your team, you need to keep putting them on contracts. So you got to buy more packs. You got to get the best players. You got to get, and it's like, so that's where they get people hooked in at. That's where they make a lot of their money at, is like this loot boxing mechanic. It's loot boxing. It's basically gambling and stuff in these EA games. And that's what they focus on. They don't focus on like really the other modes of gameplay that other people might possibly like or have liked over the years or anything. They let those things dwindle off and die. And they don't really. I can tell you, I've looked at these games. Like, I quit playing the NHL games 2014, 2015, something like that. And I was watching, I think it was Wick, man. I was watching Wick play NHL this past year, and I was like, dude, this game looks just like it did back in the day. It looks the exact same. There's nothing different about it. It's literally like all they do is just slap a new year on it. Yeah, it's gross. They don't really try to do anything to, it doesn't seem like, anyways. It doesn't seem like they do anything to like elevate. A lot of it's because they don't have competition, right? If you don't have competition, what do you give a crap about? Your product's the only space that anybody has to go to play that genre of game, right? Or that specific sport game, or you know what I mean. So they don't really care. Yeah, they're just like, well, we'll just keep focusing on exactly what we want. It's not about quality. It's about you're just pushing out the same gross stuff we always have been, and that's the thing that's bad about not having competition. And that's where I was talking about here recently. Like, for instance, you've got a game like, and this is another company that I'm not very fond of, but like 2K, right? 2K has been making the WWE games for a long time, and there's been no other. And I'm not a wrestling fan; I just know about this, right? The WWE games have traditionally been a hot flipping mess. They're not very good. They're real buggy, especially on release, and they're not fixed very fast either. But 2K knows that the WWE games don't have any competition. So if you want to play a wrestling game on a major platform, you don't have any other option. So people buy it anyways. Well, now we have AEW Fight Forever coming into the fold, where they've had some other like mobile games and stuff like that in the past, but now they've got a major platform game coming in AEW Fight Forever. And it's not a wrestling sim as much as, 2K's games are. It's more of an arcade style game, but it's at least something to bring in competition. And I truly hope what it's going to do is make 2K go, oh, well, we've got competition now. We need to elevate, our the quality of our game production, our game development, right? But that's where EA gets over on people all the time. They don't have anybody that's really pushing them to elevate the quality of their game. They don't have anybody else making NHL games. They don't have anybody else making NFL games. They don't have anybody else making a decent soccer game or anything, That's true, Ferret. That's true, right? So all they do is they take the exact same game they had the year before, and it was the same game the year before that, and it was the same game the year before that, basically, and they just slap the new year on the title, right? And they're like, cool, let's ship it. Make sure that the ultimate, they change out some, players maybe that like retire and bring in some players, create players that came in as rookies or whatever. And that's about it, dude. Make sure that their ultimate team stuff's ready to rock so they get all that loot box money. And that's about it, as far as I can tell. It's really gross. That's where it sucks to not have competition. EA can get wrecked. I hate this flipping company so much. Coming from somebody that used to pre-order NHL games back in the early 2010s all the time, because I love those games. But dude, after about 5 years of pre-ordering through that entire process, I quickly saw the downgrading of the game's quality and what they were doing to only be focusing on like the ultimate team stuff. And I was like, I am done. There's no way I will be ordering these games anymore. I'll let you guys read about it. They're just talking about who's going to be taking over these divisions and everything. But, honestly, I feel like this is bad news for most of us that actually give a crap about the gaming industry. EA splitting into two different organizations. Like, we need more EA. You know what I mean? But that's just me. They occasionally look, this is what I'll say. They occasionally come out with a decent title. It's usually a single player title. But it's almost inevitable. When you have a company this big that just, it's like they're bound to get one here and there, But overall, pretty terrible, pretty crappy company that, like Ferret was just talking about. They really are just about like buying up as much stuff as they can, and then like just buying out competition and making sure that nobody can compete with them, so they can not have competition and don't have to worry about elevating the quality of their games or anything like that. It's pretty gross. You want to read the rest of it? It's there in chat. Try not to throw up. New PlayStation 5 bundle with 24 months of PlayStation Plus is coming. New images have surfaced online of a new PlayStation 5 bundle that contains 24 months of PlayStation Plus. This is at least something. This is one of those things about the console market that I absolutely hate. I find it disgusting that you buy into a console platform and you have to pay to play online. I find it absolutely ridiculous that that's a thing. I feel like it should be totally separate. It's a business thing. I get it, but dude, this is one of the areas in where I tell people, all the time that like PC is head and shoulders above console. There, for me, you know what I mean? And this is one of those specific areas that I list out whenever I talk about this kind of thing. You don't have to, in most cases, you don't have to worry about paying an additional fee or whatever, subscription to play PC games online. It's just part of what you get. Yeah, exactly, Ferret. Yeah. And whereas console, it didn't used to be that way traditionally, but they've moved into this like making people feel like this is the norm, right? They've gotten people to become part of their platform. People want to continue to be part of there, and they've made people feel like it's the norm. It shouldn't be. Most people already have to pay a utility just for connectivity to have the internet. And then these console players, the console developers are also making people pay another subscription on top of that just to have the online capability of playing multiplayer on their platform. When ultimately the way I feel is that if you're buying into their platform, you should have that capability. If you want their subscription service, obviously that should be something you pay for, right? If you want Game Pass, or if you want, like PS Plus or whatever, you should have to pay for that subscription service at whatever tier you want it, right? But to inherently just have the capability to play with others online, it's asinine that they make you have the subscription service. I think it's gross. And it's one of those areas, one of the specific areas that I feel like PC is head and shoulders above console anymore. I talk about it all the time. I'll leave it at that, but it's really disgusting to me. And I mean, at least PlayStation is doing something now to give people 2 years of buying into it. But does it cost more? New images have surfaced online of a new PS5 bundle containing 24 months of PlayStation Plus. Insider Gaming understands that Sony is planning to launch a new PS5 later this year that sports a detachable disc drive. Although not yet confirmed, it's possible the new bundle could be as a means to sell existing PS5 stock before the next console is released. We're halfway through this life cycle, guys. Basically, November hits. That's 3 years into the life cycle of these PS5, Xbox Series X and S, right? That means we're halfway, roughly halfway through the life cycle of this gen of console. It's usually 6 to 7 years life cycle, right? It's unclear on when the new PS5 will be announced, but Jim Ryan recently said at the PlayStation Showcase that more details will be revealed soon on its Project Q handheld. This is a remote access device. It's not a true handheld. This is also kind of gross. I don't know what Sony's thinking here, but Project Q handheld, this is a remote access device. This is not a handheld device. It's not a true traditional handheld gaming device. It is a remote access. It's a controller with a screen on it that allows you remote access to play your PS5 in a different room. This is technology that's over a decade old, but they're trying to make it seem new and modern so that people will pay more for it, is basically what this is. It's pretty gross. Way back, Xbox was the worst. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that, Ferret. Yeah. I mean, I keep like, can they get the Project Q in Australia, though? I hope not. Then nobody should be paying for this, in my opinion. Look, this is the equivalent of Steam Link, right? But on a controller that has a screen on it is what this is. If you guys don't know what Steam Link is, it's literally for PC, for Steam's platform on PC. Steam Link is an app nowadays. It used to be hardware. So it used to be a little bitty hardware box that you could go put into another room on a TV or another monitor or whatever, and you could remotely play your PC, your Steam platform on your PC in one room, in another room. That's exactly what this is. Nowadays, it's so advanced that Steam actually has it set up on an application. You download the app on your TV, you start up Steam in one room, you go plug in a controller on your TV and you play Steam. It just uses the hardware off your PC in whatever room you're in, right? Basically, that's what Sony's trying to do with this is come up with some piece of hardware that seems really advanced. It's really not. It's running off of a piece of technology that is over a decade old. It's insane. Instead of coming out with a true handheld like people should actually have for the PS5, or even if they wanted to do remote access, give people an app or give people some kind of small form factor device that because they're trying to roll out cloud gaming and everything too, right? Give them a small form factor piece of hardware like the old Steam Link was. I don't even think they should sell it, dog. That's what's gross. You don't even have Steam doesn't sell the app. This is what I'm talking about. This is what's so disgusting, dude. Is like these are the kinds of quality of life things that you should have as a gamer for the platforms you buy into. If you buy a PS5 at that price point, this technology is old. Remote access? So you have your PS5 in your living room, you're laying in bed, you want to play your PS5 in your bedroom, boom. You use your remote access app or your remote access. If it was a piece of hardware, yeah, it might cost a little bit. But the app itself shouldn't cost anything. That should be quality of life for buying into that platform. At this day and age where we're at, almost the mid-2020s, dude, it's crazy that they're trying to sell this off as like a new age piece of technology. It's a remote access. That's been around forever now. It's crazy to me, and people are going to buy into it is what's really nuts. I just don't understand. I'm hoping that Xbox is actually going to be smarter with this. I couldn't believe that that's what all this was from Sony. It was really, really crazy to me. I think Xbox has more potential with a true handheld too, though. With all of their different services and things like that. I think Xbox would be much better getting away from traditional console hardware like they do now and moving more into something like what the Steam Deck is for their platform. Move into something like a mobile device that doubles like what the Steam Deck is, like what Switch is, stuff like, because their platform's built for it, dude. Subscription service, cloud gaming, make a handheld that can do all that stuff, but also is a traditional console, right? They're gonna have to change over their the physical media type and everything, but I think that's the way they need to go, to be honest. It fits their profile better. It fits their portfolio better than still doing this traditional hardware thing that they've been trying to compete with Sony for so long and everything. I don't see it working anymore. But I see like a handheld thing for Xbox being a much better thing for their brand. That's just me though. But this is gross. Yeah, exactly, Ferret. Yeah. So to give you an idea, like this was the old Steam Link. If you guys never saw the old Steam Link, bro, how long ago let's go to the store. Steam Link. So it's an app now. It used to be hardware. Remote Play Anywhere. It's just part of their platform. It's free. You know what? It's like, why is this not something for other gaming platforms? It's free. It's an app. It used to be hardware back in the day before it was as easily made for like just as an application. They used to have a hardware. I still have a couple of them, and I bought them even back in the day whenever they were like kind of ramping down the hardware part and implementing the application version of it. I'll show you what it looks like. I bought a couple of these for like 10 to 15 bucks way back in the day, and they still run like champs, dude. These guys right here. You can see how big they are. They were really small. Oh yeah. I think I got a couple of them for like 10 bucks, dude. I have one that's boxed up in storage, and I have another because they work like champs, dude. They still work really well. They still update them and everything. They're great. They're basically just like little Raspberry Pi. I don't know if their internals are actually Raspberry Pi, but they're just real small form factor pieces of hardware. They've got 2 USB ports, AC power cable plug-in, Ethernet port, and a HDMI port. That's it. And basically all you do is like plug in a controller, remote play, man. Built-in Wi-Fi. You're right. Yep, there you go. Built-in Wi-Fi. They're really, really nice, dude. They're great. And like I said, I mean, that's what's crazy is like even back in the day, we were picking these up for like 10, 15 bucks, 5, 10, 15 bucks. You know, that was when they were phasing them out. But even if PlayStation even wanted to like make a hardware remote access that you needed to buy, because it's obviously that it can be done over app. You know, it's an app. It can be an application. It should be an application. Steam's been doing it as an app forever. They don't want to give their player base that. None of these console players do, right? They don't want to give their consumer base this accessibility, this quality of life. And if they did, they would make it hardware, right? They would make it hardware, and then they would charge probably an insane amount of money for it when it doesn't need to be. I can't remember if they do Bluetooth either, but they're a great little piece of hardware. And dude, I've had mine for probably 7 or 8 years, something like that. I don't remember when they phased them out. But it's just so stupid. This is the kind of stuff that I'm like trying to show people about how gross the console market is and how nice the PC market is. You know, all you have to do is be willing to, know a little bit about the PC side of things. Educate yourself, become familiar with the PC, and it's just a much smoother side of gaming, man. It's a much nicer, much more consumer-friendly side of gaming. As consoles continue to just get worse and worse and worse about getting over on the consumer. It's really, really disgusting. And this is just another example. Project Q. This Project Q, all this is a remote access device. All you're going to be able to do is play whatever game you have started up on your PS5 on the same network. So around your house, basically. That's all this is. It's a controller with a screen on it. So you can go sit on the porcelain throne and play a PS5 game for, however long you're going to be taking a dump for or whatever. Some people will be like, oh, well, that's pretty cool. It's not going to be as cool as what you're going to be paying for it. When remote access has been something that's been around for so long. They're trying to make this seem like it's a new piece of technology. It's not, dude. This has been around forever. And again, PC side of things, this is something that Steam's been doing for a long time. Maybe not on a dedicated device, like a dedicated handheld device. You don't really need that. But I mean, Steam does have their own handheld. Or not, okay, this isn't even a dedicated handheld. This is a dedicated controller with a monitor screen on it for remote access. Steam has a dedicated true handheld device if you actually need it. But they also give you free remote access for whatever room you want to play your PC games in that your PC won't even, that isn't in that room. So gross, dude. Several days ago, PlayStation announced 27 new games coming to the PS Plus catalog. I mean, is this bundle? Here's the thing. Cool. I guess this is a glass half full situation. If the PS5, this PS5 Plus edition is going to come out with, 24 months of I don't think a console should ever be sold without a couple of years at least of their subscription service. If they're going to make you buy into the subscription service to play online, I don't think the bundle should come without it ever. I don't care. I mean, that's just me though. I guess at least PlayStation's trying to do this now. I guarantee you their new console that comes out in 3 to 4 years won't have this until about halfway through its life cycle. But at least this is something. Is it going to cost more? Probably not. I would hope not. But, console market's gross, dude. I'll link it for you guys. So disgusting, dude. Frostpunk 2 gameplay reveal planned for fall of this year. Looks like Gamescom is going to have some news around the game as well. Developer 11-Bit Studios has announced a milestone in the creation of Frostpunk 2, the sequel to the beloved and a critically acclaimed survival city builder from 2018. All the game's major features have reached playable status, so the focus is moving towards testing and polishing. According to the developer, Frostpunk 2 will present at Gamescom, where the press is going to get a glimpse at what the studio has been cooking. A subsequent U.S. press tour is also planned, so expect wide coverage in September 2023. A global gameplay reveal is in the works for early autumn. All right. Developers have now specified that the release will be happening in the first half of 2024. Set many years after the original title, Frostpunk 2 still has you lead a group of survivals through the icy catastrophe that has gripped the globe and ended civilization as we know it, but is adding new dimensions and aspects to the formula. As people adapt better to the lethal environment and the advent of petroleum-fueled machinery makes a certain amount of prosperity possible again, old and new cultural and political divides begin to show themselves.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude! Yo, bro. Thanks, man.
Theferret7 just resubscribed for 7 months.
Barrett Paul. Thanks, dude. Incredible, man. 7 months, dog. Jesus. Goes fast, doesn't it? Incredible. Yo, thanks, man. It's incredible. Above and beyond, dude. Everybody that does that kind of stuff, that's above and beyond and very, very, very appreciated by me, Oh! Dude, I never in a million years thought that was going to be like the most popular cam filter, but dude, everybody loves it. It's so funny. Myth Force, yeah. Demo available on Steam right now. We've already kind of seen this, but I'm going to look up Myth Force on Steam real quick. Now Wario? Hold on. When? Oh, it doesn't even say when it's coming out. We've looked at Myth Force before. Here, I'll just show you the trailer real quick. Let's I want to play this, dude. It looks, it's very nostalgic for me. These were like the cartoons back in the day, dude. It could be some fun co-op stuff, Oh yeah, dude, they absolutely got it. I'll probably either have to be the rogue or the mage. Or that guy. Let me be that guy. He looks fun. I'll be the evil one. Yeah, that didn't show any gameplay. Hold on. We've read about it. We've seen articles about it. Let's just watch this real quick. Okay, yeah, this will show some gameplay. Here we go. Here we go.
Knight Victoria gathers champions from across the land, known as Myth Force.
Don't tell me no, bro.
Prepare
Look, dude,
to be
if we're
dead
getting Super
again.
Mario RPG after I've been asking for it for so long, a
Down you go.
remake,
The way to the
I don't think
castle
it's
is
out of the
open.
cards to get a
Onward.
Ganondorf game, dude.
Now we're surrounded by the dead.
I felt it was time to drop in, see the old gang, and stab them.
Plenty of foes. I can make this work.
It's pretty, dude. I like it.
You walked right into my trap.
Her defense is down. Strike now. For the honor of
You play it? Yeah, dude. We might have to check it out, dog. I'll put it on my wish list. I'll link it for you guys too. Hold on.
Gathering. Daedalus must be nearby.
I thought about playing it whenever it hit Epic, because it hit Epic first. It was on Epic for a while. Oh, this is Aspire, dude. Yo, you guys know what else Aspire was supposed to be doing? Do you remember? It's a remake. Oh, that's publisher. They published this. It's not developers Beamdog. Aspire was supposed to be developing the remake of Knights of the Old Republic, dude. Go look at system requirements. Yeah.
the Knight Victoria.
Let's look at recommended here. That's not bad. It's not bad. What were you seeing, dude? Did I miss something? Oh, oh no way, does it? Where am I missing it at? Storage. Oh, it says it right here. Additional notes. Solid state drive storage. Yo, dude, it's starting to be everywhere, isn't it? Yeah, dude, crazy. Nice. Yeah, we've been talking about that. That's wild. Yo, good catch, Ferret. Nice. Good catch, dude. Yeah, wild. That's wild, dude. Don't remind me. I want Coder so bad. Yeah. Yeah. So Aspire, they're the ones that started working on Knights of the Old Republic, and apparently there was some bad stuff that went down. Like a bunch of the leads got fired off of it and stuff. So, but they're just publishing this. They're not the ones that developed it. Beamdog is. What else has Beamdog done? Baldur's Gate stuff. Yeah. Yeah, let's get that all wish listed up there,
the Knight
dude.
Victoria
Once it
gathers
comes, we'll
champions
see
from
about maybe
across the
playing
land,
that.
known as Myth.
Let's get that on the schedule real quick. As a possible future Mythos. Capital F, dude. Capital F in chat, dude. All right, cool. Nice, nice, nice. Oh yeah, we were talking about this morning, Peter. Yeah, 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 dude. Yeah, it's a wild situation, man. Yo, I'll link this if you guys want to read more about the game. But we've talked about it before because I came close to like checking out this game on Epic. But take a look, take a look. They'll go into some depth there on that game. Yeah, Peter. So yeah, we talked about it, man. Yeah, me too. Me too, bro. Um, I it's sad that it's become such a meme, you know, because it is human life and everything. But I think a lot of people just see it as like a bunch of rich people that didn't actually look at this critically as like what they were doing because it didn't seem like a good situation, you know. I'm not gonna get into a big conversation about it again, but like it was basically them getting locked inside of a big can, you know. Getting locked inside of a big tube and then being controlled by a video game controller, you know. Nah, I haven't. Nah, nah, nah. I've seen some other stuff, not his specifically, but I saw some other stuff. Yeah, saw some other stuff of it. I saw a few things of the inside of it and everything. And I mean, at this point, they're like basically, if they're not already out of oxygen, they're very low. I can't remember. Last time I looked, they had like 41 hours, 40 hours left, and that was probably over 30 hours ago, at least. I don't know exactly. And there are a few different situations. There was no heating in it or anything either, so they could have potentially frozen to death. If they got a puncture, then the pressure would have crushed them probably immediately. There's a few different scenarios here, but even if they surfaced, they don't have any way to get oxygen inside of there if they're not found. Yeah, yeah. So it's like because they're locked in from the outside, right? So they can't get themselves out. That's a bad situation. So even if they surfaced and they can't be found, like if they're dead in the water or whatever, you know what I mean? Like they can't move or whatever. They're just like floating around there. They can't do anything because they can't get out, right? So they're still at the mercy of how much oxygen they have. Um, yeah, so they've just got to wait until they're hopefully found. You know, if even if they surfaced, it's a bad situation. So who knows? We might not even ever find out. Might not even ever find out because if that thing got punctured down there that deep, the amount of pressure down that low is going to eat that thing alive. It's just going to crush everything. Yeah, it was a bad engineering. It was just a bad engineering scenario. I can't believe that anybody was like, "Oh yeah, this seems like a good idea. Let's get in here." Yeah, it does feel bad. It does feel bad. Um, I don't know what to say, man. Really, it's sad. It's sad. It is. I think the thing that sucks is there was probably some really good people on board of that. You know what I mean? There's probably some really good people that were on board, and I think that a lot of people just saw it as like people were paying $250,000 a pop to go down inside of that, and they see it as like just rich idiots probably because they were like, oh well, they made their bed, you know, they got inside this like this can and so a lot of people aren't showing a whole lot of compassion about it. I even made a pretty bad, I had a tasteless joke earlier today. It was pretty bad form. Yeah. Yeah, I mean one would hope, Peter, one would hope, dude. Yeah. I mean I think here's the thing. It's not looking good, right? It's not looking good. If they did get a puncture hole, if the vessel did get punctured, I think the peace of mind there for the people inside is that they wouldn't have felt anything. The pressure that would have collapsed the vessel would, from being that far down, would have just crushed everything and the people so fast it would have just gone dark. They wouldn't have even known what happened. So if that's the case, I guess there's a little bit of peace of mind there for people about the fact that nobody probably would have suffered at all. It would have been immediate death, from what I understand. Now, if that wasn't the case, and they're actually like struggling to like stay warm, or like froze to death, or or they're actually like suffocating, that's terrible. That sucks so very badly, dude. To die a slow, miserable death like that is really, really brutal, man. Oh, really, Vault? Oh, okay. I thought they still had a little bit of time left, but not much. Yeah. Well, and I think that's also going to be an estimate, Vault, right? Because that's probably, you would hope that they'd be short-sighting that estimate too, because you would assume that probably when things started to go awry, there was a lot of panic. And when people panic, they start breathing heavy, right? Which means more oxygen intake. So, but what you would hope is that they're kind of accounting for that maybe a little bit and short-sighting that estimation of oxygen left and everything. But who knows, dude? I really hope they're found. I really do. But it's a bad scenario. It really is. Game Pass adds 2 new Xbox games today, including Need for Speed Unbound. Oh, right on, Peter, yeah. Xbox Game Pass subscribers can play 2 more games through the service today. Arcade racing game Need for Speed Unbound and narrative adventure game The Bookwalker Thief of Tales. The Need for Speed Unbound is supposed to be really good, actually, for anybody that likes racing games. I'm not a big fan of the the over-the-top comic book stuff that they did in the game, because it's like if you hit your nitrous or like you ramp off something, you get this weird like comic book style like wings that like come up off the car and stuff. It's like, what is that? A little bit of the comic book stuff is okay or whatever if it's like subtle, but like some of it's a bit too much for me. But overall, the game looks great and it's supposed to be very good. 2 of the 7 recently announced Xbox Game Pass editions joined the service today. Need for Speed Unbound's arrival on EA Play means Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members can now play it on console, PC, and cloud, while the Bookwalker Thief of Tales joins the base Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass libraries. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Have you seen it? Here, I'll show you guys. Like, some of it's okay.
Prepare to be dead again, monster.
Like, the game looks great, dude. It looks great. It looks really good. But you'll see, like
Now we're surrounded by the dead.
see some of it's like if they wanted to do the smoke a little bit colorful or whatever. Okay. You know what I mean? And some tracers or whatever coming off the car, like it's going real fast. Okay, I get it. But like, what's that, dude?
Walked right into my trap.
See, like, what is that?
Down, strike now, for the honor of Eldred.
I can sense evil magic gathering. Daedalus must be nearby.
See, like all that crap coming off the sides and everything. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just not for me. Like some of the tracer stuff's fine. Like the car's just going fast. You're seeing some tracers off of it and stuff. But I just don't dig like the over the top comic book stuff. Like when the game looks so good and so real, it's just weird for me. And Bookwalker, Thief of Tales. Oh, this looks pretty cool, dude. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Yo, Peter, if you try Unbound, let me know how you feel about it, dude. If you don't mind.
By the vampire lord Daedalus, rising up to defy his
Were they aiming at the windows? Because if so, they did great.
With force.
For the honor of Eldrin. Soldier up. This is
Bro.
our fight now.
Oh, hold on,
Enough
guys.
waiting.
What?
Let the hunt
Oh, it was
begin.
this. God dang it. I hate it when I do that, dude. I was like, dude, I'm hearing something else, bro. But as soon as I paused this video, it stopped too. Like, what the crap was that? Hold on. Let's try this again, dog. I'm sorry. I was tripping, man. I was tripping, dude. Sorry, guys. That's why I usually go back to the library, my library, after I go look at like the store page on something. Sometimes I just forget though. Play the demo now. It comes out on the 22nd, which is today. So we'll have to find out what people are thinking about this. It didn't show us too much, you know? Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Were they aiming at the windows? Because they did a good job if that was the case. Interesting. Here you go. I'll link it for you guys. Yeah, this is what we just talked about, but the other games that are also joining, June 27th sees the addition of, so we've already talked about Need for Speed Unbound today and the Bookwalker today, but June 27th adds in Bramble the Mountain King. Dude, Wick, didn't you play this? I think Wick already played Bramble. Well, I think I'm actually going to play that maybe this Scaretober because it looks a little bit wild. All right, fair. Yeah. Fist Forged in Shadow. Torch. The Story of Seasons. Friends of Mineral Town arrives on service on June 29th. Titles for early July have also been confirmed, with Arcade Paradise coming on July 3rd and Sword and Fairy Together Forever coming on July 5th. Following games will be leaving Xbox Game Pass on June 30th. DJ Max, Respect 5, Empire of Sin, Matchpoint Tennis Championships, Aaliyah, Amori, and Road 96. All right. It's pretty good games coming in here on Game Pass. There you go, guys. Amazon Prime Gaming is adding 4 extra free weekly games starting today with Prey. Nice. Bonus games are in addition to the usual monthly free games with Prime titles. Okay. Amazon has announced that 4 extra games will be added on top of the normal selections for June and July to celebrate the upcoming Prime Day on July 11th. The 4 games are Prey, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Shovel Knight Showdown, and Star Wars The Force Unleashed. If you guys need more, this should tell you how to get in there and get your Prime free gaming content. Or Prime gaming free game content. Something like that. All right, here we go. I should have looked at this earlier too, and then we'll do the Final Fantasy 16 stuff. 2 classic GameCube games shadow dropped for the Switch. Latest Nintendo Direct yesterday dropped a surprise reveal for 2 beloved GameCube games coming to the Switch later yesterday. So what we had heard the day before was that it was going to be like what? F-Zero and Paper Mario? Is that what we had heard? I think. Oh, Pikmin and Pikmin 2 is what it is. Surprise reveal following the broadcast Pikmin 4 segment, Nintendo announced HD remasters of the original GameCube games Pikmin and Pikmin 2 would be coming to the Switch. Stream debuted updated graphics for each game with an announcement that both would be available through the Nintendo eShop later today. First 2 Pikmin games were last released as part of the new Play Control series on Wii, adding motion controls to the games. Let's say, okay, so they've already released. Yeah, they've already released. There you go. If you need to take a look at them or whatever. Pikmin 1 and 2, though, are now available on Switch Online. If you've got that part of the subscription service. All right. Final Fantasy 16 is an incredible action game that doesn't quite deliver the RPG heritage. Sad face. Breathtaking set pieces and out-of-this-world production values shine, even if some of what made Final Fantasy an iconic franchise isn't as strong. Funny, they said iconic. Icons are the summons, what they call the summons in the game now. Legendary is a term that's thrown around in the video game industry far too frequently for its relatively short existence. Agreed. Same thing as like 10 out of 10. I disagree with 10 out of 10 all the time. Although story, due to the rapidly changing nature of the medium, plenty of titans of the early days of the medium remain as firm in the public consciousness as they once did. Unlike plenty of contemporaries that have either been lost to irrelevance, Final Fantasy is a totemic franchise and one that seems to be able to weather any storm. Rarely outside of Nintendo's stable of unimpeachable giants has anything in gaming maintained such staying power for over 30 years. With Final Fantasy 16, Square has developed a game with swagger and show-stopping confidence, even if it won't please every fan that's been on the journey so far. The game is very clearly narratively and aesthetically inspired by Game of Thrones, but aside from in the early game when things get somewhat bogged down in names and places, FF16's story is engagingly told with some central mysteries that are built frequently to great reveals. It threads the needle between interpersonal, a melodrama, and screen-filling excess perfectly, at least in the game's main story content. Gross. Final Fantasy 16 is an action RPG that leans far heavier in the action department than it does the RPG. With an all-new combat system helmed by Devil May Cry veteran Ryota Suzuki, it's the best the series has ever played by some distance. Bonafide action game that may not sit mechanically at the top table with likes of Bayonetta and Ninja Gaiden, but the fact the game's combat can reasonably be mentioned in the same breath is a testament to how good it is. As let's see. Flip side of this coin is that the game's RPG elements aren't as fleshed out as in previous games. While you'll be introduced to your first side quest fairly soon after the game's prologue, these are doled out in random batches, and even when you do get more, they aren't massively engaging. Pace of the main story is such that we're drawn to always head off on the next main mission, rather than take a detour into the minor quarrels of the small towns around the world. In one way, that's always the trade-off with RPGs of this size. You're dealing with end-of-the-world level threats, but sure, I can take some time off to serve some meals around the outpost. It is a fantastic action game, but it can at times feel that the RPG flourishes were added as a necessity to make it a Final Fantasy, rather than the strong action title that at its core of the experience. Gross, dude. Side content does feature great writing. Quality of the missions themselves improve right as the game is about to conclude, but it then runs into the pacing issue of going full pelt towards a thrilling finale, leaving little incentive to go and do those side missions unless you're a completionist. FF16 is a gorgeous game. There are moments of visual fidelity that rival anything available on console today. Character models alone look like pre-rendered CG of the last generation, but in full motion. There's also excellent cinematography throughout, which elevates the scale of the Titanic fights even further. There is one very weird trade-off here. Yo, True, what's up, friendo? What's up? There's one very weird trade-off here. However, you gonna play some V-Rising with me today? Some cutscenes. How was your day yesterday, by the way, also? Which are large during side quests, feature stilted animations and camera work, which hurts the game's overall presentation. That being said, these moments are few and far between and soon drift from memory. Good cast in the game. Fans of The Office or any British advert from the last 10 years will perhaps find Sid's voice somewhat distracting at first. We wager he'll find himself firmly among the heartthrobs of the Final Fantasy series, and that's the real quiz. Outstanding music, as you would expect from Final Fantasy. Boss themes are incredible. FF16 is an incredible action game with blockbuster visuals and music, but there's a very real sense that it's missing some of the series' RPG identity at its core. That sucks, dude. To play this as a straightforward action game with little deviation is to have an amazing experience. But if at any time you feel inclined to stop and smell the roses of Valistea, you may be found wanting. Oh no, dude. What are they doing to Final Fantasy? It was good. I had a good day off. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I got some stuff done. I got a lot of stuff done, actually. It won't show yet. I got a few things. There are a couple of new gifts. There's a back-end stuff that I've been working on. I'm getting a lot of clips downloaded so I can get some new montages. So basically, I'm going through our entire clip catalog or highlight catalog of last year's gameplay. And I'm taking a lot of the funny, fun highlights and clips, and I'm all the ones I find that I might want to use in montages. I'm like downloading all of that content. So I'm having to like go through and look at all of it and find the ones that I like and download it and get them all put into a folder so I can go back through and make new montages and stuff. So that's a lot of what I did yesterday. Got a lot of my stream software backed up. I hadn't done that in a while. It was good. It was good. I got a lot of work done. Which was good. Couple of new gifts are live, which is good. Yo, I mean, that feels bad. If that's truly the case, thanks for asking. Drew. If that's truly the case, that feels bad that they're moving Final Fantasy away from traditional RPG mechanics. That's going to be a big turnoff for a lot of people that have traditionally been fans of this series. Last article for the day. We'll see what they have to say right here. I don't even know what this has to do with Intel, but it doesn't seem good. So if you guys have anything to add, let me know. It's been a long news segment already this morning, but we're trying to catch up from a lot of stuff that happened between, not being live yesterday and doing the news today. So I expect it to be a little bit long. So what we'll do is we'll finish up this. If anybody has anything to add, let me know. We'll talk about it. And then I'll take a quick break. When we come back from break, we'll talk about the schedule a little bit, which I also updated yesterday. And then we'll get into V-Rising, okay? Yeah. So we haven't looked into it deeply yet. But yeah, I got to find out about Mario RPG today. We haven't watched, because I wasn't live yesterday, so we didn't watch the Nintendo Direct, right? That's something else. If you guys wanted to watch the Nintendo Direct, we could. We recapped everything that was announced, but if you guys want, we can watch it. So Mario RPG, I want to bring up a trailer. There's probably a trailer for it. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Maybe we could try to bring that up and end on that. I've actually been asking for a remake of this game for a while. This is my favorite Mario game of all time. And it's coming out in November. Oh, yeah, they've got the official trailer. We'll end on this trailer because we didn't get to see the trailer. Yeah. So we'll talk about that. So I didn't want to obviously watch the entire VOD of the Nintendo showcase, but we did get a good summary of what they showed. But we can do that. That's what I was telling everybody earlier is like after I complete the news segment, if everybody that's hanging out wants to watch the VOD, then we can watch the VOD of the Nintendo Direct. I'm down for that. It just depends on what everybody wants to do. If you guys want to watch the VOD, we'll watch the VOD, and then we'll look at the schedule, talk about the schedule a little bit, and then we'll play V Rising for the rest of the day. Or if you don't want to, then we'll just take a look at the schedule and play V Rising. Doesn't matter to me. But we'll watch the Super Mario RPG remake trailer. I'm super psyched. It's my favorite Mario game of all time, and I hope they do a good job with it. Down for the VOD? Cool. Yeah, dude, that's my favorite Mario game of all time. I've been asking, please bring Mario RPG back. And to get it now is like insane. That's great. Final Fantasy 16 producers on trying to regain fans' trust. Exquisite hairstyles with not a tuft out of place, a band of loyal compatriots, and more plot twists in succession. Those are the ingredients that have made the Final Fantasy series stand the test of time. However, after a mixed reception of the previous game, this latest release, which launched on Thursday, has some work to do. FF16 producer Naoki Yoshida explains, because the Final Fantasy 15 story wasn't as well received as past titles, we needed to focus on regaining players' trust to show them again that this series is all about the story. Okay. Sorry, I'm skimming this real quick, see if there's anything new that we didn't get in that previous article. This game apparently has a darker tone than previous entries. Not really. Let me see this real quick. So out of 100 critic reviews right now, Final Fantasy 16 has an 88. That is really, really flipping high. I get these hundreds out of here. I won't even read those. Shallow RPG hooks. See, that's where it's probably going to lose me. Probably going to lose me, man. I mean, it's probably a great game, but look, man, I don't look to play Final Fantasy to play Devil May Cry. I look to play Final Fantasy to play an RPG. So why are they trying to turn Final Fantasy into Devil May Cry or Bayonetta? This is gonna. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be the only one in this. Expressing this sentiment here. I don't doubt the game is probably good, but I think that maybe it shouldn't have been a Final Fantasy game. If the RPG elements of this game are very shallow, that feels really bad to all of us like traditional Final Fantasy fans. That doesn't feel good. That feels really gross, actually. That they're turning the game, the series that we love and we've been in love with for such a very long time into something entirely askew from what it traditionally has been. That sucks, man. I'm not saying that means it's going to be a bad game, but it's not going to be the game that so many of us wanted out of a Final Fantasy entry, Let's watch this. Oh my god, I'm so psyched, dude! This game is so dope, dude. Best Super Nintendo game. I don't know about that. But it is the best Mario game of all time, in my opinion. This game is so flipping great. God dang, dude, I love this game. Bowser for the win. God, this game, oh god, dude, it looks so good. Yes, dude. Oh yeah, Malo, dude. Bowser best, bro. I love Bowser. Yo, I'm probably playing this game on release, by the way. It's been like since Super Nintendo days that I've even played it, so there's some secret stuff in this game. I'll probably forget it. That's okay. It does, it looks great. Malo! Yeah, boy. Give me that Bowser, bro. November 17th, I think. It'll probably say right here. November 17th, I think, is the date. Yep. November 17th, dude. Oh, boy. That's a big one for me. Yeah, that's a big one for me, dude. Heck yeah. That's great. Good stuff, good stuff. Cool, man, cool. That's the news, baby. That's the news. So, what we'll do is take a quick break here. I'll segue out of this in a moment. We're gonna take a quick break, then we'll come back and we'll watch the Nintendo VOD if everybody's cool with that. We'll just watch the VOD of the Nintendo showcase, and I'll eat some breakfast while we do that or whatever, and then we'll talk about the schedule. I updated the schedule a little bit, and we'll look at all the dates for games because we just got done with all the summer showcases. We got more dates for games. We need to take a look at our schedule and see what we want to plug in, change up, and everything for the rest of the year for right now, okay? And we'll do that. Okay, Vault. Hey, if not, Doug, you can just watch me play it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so that's the plan. That's the plan, all right? Let me get some tunes going. I'll segue us out of here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It's that loop, those Loop Hero vibes. So, you guys rock. Good to be back. Again, I know, the down day is never great because it feels weird not streaming and not getting to see you guys, but it's good because I'm getting things done for us, for the community, and the channels and stuff like that. So hope everybody had a good day yesterday. It's good to be back. Great news segment. Thank you very much. If anybody's checking out this news segment, we have all previous news segments on our YouTube channel, or we got all previous news segments, clips from news segments, all our gameplay playthroughs that are segmented into episodes, as well as fun clips and highlights and stuff like that have just happened in the channel from all the content we do, man. All that stuff's on YouTube, as well as the Twitch channel here as highlights. And I would just recommend you check some of that stuff out. And if you're enjoying it, come hang out with myself and the rest of these amazing individuals that are part of our community whenever we go live at 6 a.m. CST every day but Wednesday right now. We always start off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever gaming content we have planned for the rest of the day. We have a great time. We'd like to have more people come be a part of what we do, man. Other than that, you guys stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for June 23rd's edition of Video Gaming News. All right?